borrowing for college actually protects your investments. That's a conversation many affluent families aren't having and probably should, because in some cases, student loans aren't about financial need, they're about strategic wealth management. I'm Kari McKinley from Capstone Financial Advisors, where we specialize in guiding high net worth families through complex financial decisions. And today, I'll walk through how affluent families may use student loans strategically and how those decisions connect to your broader financial plan. If your income is high, should you still fill out the FAFSA? In many cases, yes. FAFSA opens access to federal student loan programs regardless of income. And some colleges also use FAFSA data to determine merit-based scholarships. And if you have multiple children in college at the same time, financial aid formulas could shift in ways families don't expect. So even if you don't expect qualifying for need-based aid, filing FAFSA keeps your options open and flexibility has value. But that raises the next question. If you qualify for federal loans, should you actually use them? This isn't just about the ability to pay, it's about allocation strategy. Federal loans often include borrower protections and repayment flexibility that private loans may not offer. And even if you could write a check for tuition, choosing to borrow in certain situations could help preserve liquidity, maintain investment positioning, or avoid triggering large taxable asset sales. So the real question becomes, is your capital working harder invested or tied up in tuition? And if you've already saved aggressively in a 529 plan, you might be wondering what happens if you don't use all of it. Under current federal law, up to $10,000 per beneficiary from a 529 plan may be used towards student loan repayment without losing federal tax advantages. But state level rules vary, which means a withdrawal strategy that works well in one state could have different implications in another. That's why education funding and tax planning should be coordinated, especially for families managing complex portfolios. And when you zoom out, there's even a bigger question. How does all of this fit into your overall wealth plan? FAFSA decisions, loan strategy, and 529 withdrawals don't exist in isolation. How you fund education can influence your retirement planning, portfolio allocation, liquidity planning, tax positioning, and even legacy structure. For high net worth families, the question isn't simply how do we pay for college, it's how does this decision affect everything else. Financing education is one of the largest financial commitments many families make. And for affluent households, the strategy behind how you fund it may matter just as much as the cost itself. The right approach isn't about loans versus cash, it's about alignment. And that's where thoughtful planning makes the difference. If you found this information helpful, please click like and subscribe to stay informed on future insights. Thanks for watching.